What up, y'all? What up, y'all? What up, y'all? It's your boy Richie Scott back with another video. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chatterization. Give me an A if you can hear me. Let me know if we in the building or not. Let me know if we in the building or not. About to jump on this line real quick. We got a lot to discuss today, y'all. We got a whole lot to discuss in this video. Second video of the day, y'all. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me clearly. Just want to know before we get started. Also, let me know where you guys are watching from. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. Like the video, please. I really appreciate the likes and the comments. We want to make sure we get those up. Okay, so we're going to stage dive into what we got to talk about. I see my good people in the chat. They say that they could hear me. Okay, great. I hope that you all had an amazing weekend. I know that I did. I took a little bit of time off to just relax my mind, enjoy some good food, and just try to chill as much as possible. But we back on it. And of course, y'all, Kanye West is back in the news. Now, y'all know he did hold a campaign rally this past weekend in South Carolina. But it's interesting to note that he actually failed to submit enough signatures to get on the South Carolina presidential race ballot. So I'm not necessarily sure what this was all about, but we do know that he has a new album coming out, I think on July 24th. If I'm incorrect about that, let me know in the chatterization. But I think the album is called Donda. He has also posted a track list for the album as well. So to me, all of this could definitely be a big, PR stunt to, promote this album. But I also think that there are some mental health concerns here. Apparently, the family, i.e. the Kardashians, are concerned and upset about some things that he said. We're going to get into a little bit of that. I'm going to play you a little bit of video footage from it. He did talk a lot about almost not having his daughter North, which really upset a lot of the Kardashians, apparently. He also said some things, interesting things about Harriet Tubman. He said a lot of crazy stuff. I'm going to get into this video real quick so we can actually get into what he had to say. So let me pull that up. Give me 1 second in the chatterization, y'all. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and having patience while I maneuver through this. All right. So let's get into, a little bit of the video. Now, this video that you guys are about to see, he is actually at the campaign rally and he is talking about Harriet Tubman, and Trey Songz has posted something here right under it. Now, these videos were taken from the Neighborhood Talk. Thank you so much, the Neighborhood Talk, for providing us with all the news and entertainment. I wanted to show you guys this because I think it's really, really important. And it's going to segue into what he did to a Black woman who was asking some questions. So I want you guys to see this video, and then we're going to move on into what CANDIACE DILLARD had to say about it, because she literally dragged that family for filth. Let's get into it right now.
When Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people. Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leave it right now.
So Stevie moved. When Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leave it right now.
To me, that DMC, do you want to be that same person? And your face is covered, so we don't even know who you are.
Aisha, the girl who was getting yelled at by Kanye at the Kanye West rally today in North Charleston. He allowed people to come on stage to ask questions. I was one of those people selected. We went up there. He let numerous people go before me. And at the last 5 minutes, he allowed me to ask him a question on reform in which he did not answer. He just spewed out random facts and bragged about himself. And then after that, he started to go on a rant, and he started saying very like incorrect facts to his crowd. And I kept interrupting him and shouting over him the correct facts, because he has a large platform and he shouldn't be saying incorrect things to people who look up to him. And then he stopped. He put the spotlight on me, and then he interrogated me in front of everyone for interrupting him, even though like 5 minutes earlier, a white girl did the same thing, and he caught her on stage, gave her a hug and everything. And basically, once he kicked me off of stage after that, he then called me a sister soldier. And then he continued to say I wanted Wakanda, not America. And he kind of just talked badly about Black women. So please don't vote for Kanye West, because he's just not qualified, y'all. And he just ain't it.
So, you know, there seems to be a whole lot of issues going on here, not just with, obviously there's the mental health aspect of this, because we know that he is admitted to being bipolar and also at times refusing to take his medication, right? But we also know that in the past, he's had a pattern, okay? He's had a pattern of doing and saying very shocking things, sometimes for shock value, in order to promote the products or the projects that he has coming out. Now, not to mention that he has this whole album coming out, but he also has a partnership coming up with Gap. Now, all of these things put together just seem to be quite embarrassing to a large degree, particularly for the legacy that he has built in terms of his music. And it's actually very sad and cringeworthy to watch. But our girl CANDIACE DILLARD from the Real Housewives of Potomac, she had some things to say about this whole situation. And I really felt like, you know, CANDIACE hit the nail on the head with a lot of her points, but she also is, I want to play it for you guys, and it's a rather lengthy watch, but I want you guys to watch it in its entirety, because I really feel like she hits the nail on the head with a whole lot of points. Give me just a second, guys, to pull it up, and then we'll discuss it right afterwards, okay?
Okay, I'm going to say this one good time. I'm not going to tweet it because it'll be taken out of context. I don't want to deal with all that. The Kardashians don't give a fuck about Kanye West. They could give zero about Kanye West, the man, the person, the Black man, the Black person. They could give zero. And if that was never clear to any of you before, let this circus that is currently running amok be the exact example that you need to see that. I'm a firm believer in everyone finding their love and finding their partner. And I've tried to never subscribe to the idea that this family is pimping and using Black men for their advancement. I've always tried to see the good and to see, you know, everyone is attracted to who they're attracted to. And, you know, I'm coolly married to a whole white man. But this incident, this chain of events, I cannot ignore what everyone has been saying, what everyone has always said about all of them, all of those women who just conveniently happen to end up with Black men. Because if my husband, Black, white, purple, Chinese, whatever, was out in the public eye having a manic episode, because that is what this is, having mental breakdowns, because that is what is happening, and making a complete mockery of our political system, I would be gearing up to enroll him in a conservatorship. Y'all want to talk about Brittany being locked up and unable to exercise any of her rights because she's in a conservatorship that has been in place for 12 plus years and she's trapped, whatever. I don't know about Brittany, but Kanye West needs to be committed temporarily. He is not well. And the fact that his family, the people that he counts on and depends on to take care of him, are allowing him to be out in the world making a complete ass of himself. He's making a complete fool of himself. And I can't even begin to tell you how angry it makes me to see these white women allow this sick black man to be out here looking crazy. You don't care about him. You can't care about him. He gave you your swirly children, and he upped your celebrity real estate and helped to change, your fashion and give you, a new storyline. And that's all he's good for. That's what this tells me. That's what I see. Where are you? Where is anyone in that family? Where is anyone? Because at the point where he's breaking down, crying, screaming like a child at a campaign rally, if I'm your wife, I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to retrieve you and take you to the back, and we're going to get you some help. You are not here for him. This man is crying out, and you are not here for him. And it's disgusting to me. I'm disgusted. And honestly, I'm never one to subscribe to cancel culture. And I tweeted this a couple of days ago. But I'm done with all of them. This whole, oh yeah, I'll be your running mate. You're making a complete and utter mockery of our political system at a time when we need everyone to rally around the proper candidate so that we can get out of this hellhole and move forward. Okay? I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, but I'm here to tell you that what is happening is intentional, and it's I thought it cut off. It's an intentional attack on our political system by these psychos. And I want everyone to be awake and be clear. Please don't allow this to deter you. Please don't allow this to deter you from voting for viable candidates who actually have the experience and the scruples and the marbles and the mental stability to, thank you, be able to do the job that needs to be done to get our country back to a place that makes sense. I needed a drink because I'm losing it. I'm literally losing it. But yeah, I'm done with them. I'm done with those people. I'm not even going to use their names, but the people whose job it is to take care of and protect their loved one, their husband, their son-in-law, their brother-in-law. You're trash. You're cod liver trash to me. And honestly, I don't want to watch your show. I don't want to follow you on Twitter. I don't want to buy none of your stuff. I don't want to see you. You are disgusting, and you don't deserve to live off of the American people when you are sending your N-word, because that's what he is to you. He's your N-word with the ER on the end. You're sending him out into the world to shuck and jive so that you can get ratings for your TV show. You don't deserve another dime of any of the people, the marginalized people who you make most of your money off of, cash. You don't deserve our money. Done with you. Done with you. That's it. Now, because I'm fair, let me say this. Getting a conservatorship takes time, and figuring out how to tackle a mentally ill person in your family takes time. If by some stroke of miracle, it turns out that while we're all bearing and enduring this circus from Kanye and his campaign, his family is in the trenches or in the wings working to get him the help that he needs, and we just don't know it because that's possible, then I will sincerely apologize for this rant. And I will retract my statements about boycotting and canceling those K-words. But honestly, I need to see it. And I'm not a proponent of asking people to prove themselves, because I still believe that people who live their lives in the public eye are still deserving of some privacy and human decency, because I don't always get that myself. So maybe they are doing something, and it hasn't been brought to our attention yet. But you are sending your husband, brother-in-law, son-in-law out into the world to embarrass the dog crap out of himself. And as a result, I think you all have a responsibility to speak out. You have a responsibility to say something and to counter and control this mess. This is a PR nightmare. Maybe not for you, because it's just gonna give you all ratings, but I'm appalled. His behavior is abhorrent. It's abhorrent. It's awful. That man is sick and he needs mental health attention. He needs attention from a mental health professional, not a campaign rally. So I pray that some action is being taken behind the scenes that we just don't know about yet. But in the event that it's not, I'm sorry, but you have no place in society.
Well, that was Candace letting us know what she thinks about this whole situation. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't agree with everything she said, but I think she hit the nail on the head with a lot of her points. Okay. All I know is if I'm married to you, and I'm talking to you who is watching this, thank you guys for the super chats. If I'm married to you and I knew, but wait, let's go back. I want to see something in the chatterization. Can I see something in the chatterization real quick? Okay. Can you control the actions of your husband or your wife? Give me a yes or a no. Please give me a yes or a no. I just want to know down in the chat. So I see a lot of people saying no. I see some people saying yes. Okay. And I'm getting to a point here because my first reaction was to this, that I agree with her 100%, that I would never allow, if me and you are in a relationship or we are married, my initial thought is I cannot allow you to go and do what he did and say what he said. I cannot allow that, right? I feel like you have to be in a relationship with someone who is rational enough to understand I might need to listen to my spouse. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if Kanye is at that point where he is rational enough to listen to what his spouse might be saying. Let's start there. Because honestly, I was thinking the same thing Candace was saying. I was like, yo, like there is no way if me and you married that I'm gonna let you go out there and make a fool out of yourself and then make a fool out of me. Oh no. But then I think about it like this, like, can you really stop somebody who is gonna do what they're dead set on doing? I mean, and to coordinate a rally, it takes some mental faculty in order to put all of this stuff together, to gather your team up and to put all of these things together. It takes some bit of I am set on doing this. Okay. Now a lot of it, again, a lot of what she said, I agree with. I didn't like the swirly kids comment. That kind of threw me off. But you know, for the most part, I feel like she hit the nail on the head. Like I just feel like one, he is going through some type of either it's a mental break thing that's happening, or it's a huge distraction tactic that's being used to really divert attention from the things that we really need to be focused on. There are laws and bills being passed that are going under the radar every single day, that some of these big stories are breaking, and it's happening right under our noses. A lot of things are happening right under our noses, and that's not conspiracy, that's facts. You can check that. You can Google that, okay? So to me, I feel like when we have Kanye, you know, whether or not he is on a mission to promote his album, I just feel like he's getting in the way of the progress that we're trying to make. And while he has every right to do whatever he wants to do in terms of that, now is not the time. You know what I'm saying? Now is not the time. And I agree with Candace. At a certain point in time, he needs to be under a conservatorship. Like something needs to happen. And I'm really, really big on, you know, mental health and really understanding and trying to be as understanding as I can. But every time he's allowed to go out and go on these tangents like this, what if you watch the entire thing? Like if you watch, you can watch bits and pieces of it online. He is crying and screaming and shouting, and it's all types of odd, like it's all types of strange. So I struggle all the time when it comes to him because I'm like, what do you do about that? Like, why hasn't something been done? You know, when they came in with Britney, they came in with the quickness after she got off of her 51, is it the 5150 hold or whatever you call that when they put you in the hospital for the watch, you know what I'm saying? And I could have swore Kanye had been experienced the same thing. So to me, I'm like, this needs to start happening. But then is a Kanye West that is under conservatorship of any real value to the Kardashians? And I hate to look at him like that, right? But is he of any value to them? Because people are arguing that Britney can't even do what she wants to do. We don't have the same Britney that we used to have. So would we even have the same Kanye that we used to have? And is that even important? Because it seems to me that the mental needs to come before the artistry at this point. I would prefer a healthy, sane Kanye versus what we're getting right now. Okay? So I don't know. I struggle, and I you know, again, this story was important to me. So I always bring it to the family. This is the family table right here that we come to. And so again, when we have these conversations, we don't judge each other in the chat. We say what we need to say. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. But something needs to be done about this situation. And that's as a family talk. And thank you, DM, for that. Oh, apparently the Britney conservatorship is up for review in a few days. Okay. So what family, I'm asking you guys, as we talk about this, what do we do? What do we do about this man? I'm just trying to like really figure it out. I agree. He needs to continue taking the medication, because that to me seems like the only way. And I don't know if the medication is such that it blocks the creative side of him. And I feel like he's almost alluded to as much. But I'm willing to sacrifice Kanye's creative genius for his mental sanity. I am. I'm sorry. And if he's not willing to take the medication, then the only other course of action at this point in time would be to commit him, because ultimately what he's doing is very dangerous. I just feel like it's completely dangerous right now. The time period that we're in right now, it's dangerous. And the way he treated that girl, that was horrible. Horrible. So this is what we're going to do. And I don't know if all of y'all know the words of prayer, because again, we do news and entertainment. But right now, when we have a member of our community, of our family, our extended family, who was going through something like this, as with the Tamar, we just want to offer up some words of prayer. Lift him up right now so that he can quit doing all of these things that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like a mental there's a mental thing going on, but there seems to be a spiritual thing that's a spiritual conflict that's going on with Kanye as well. Not to take, I didn't want to take it there, but we there. We are there. We're all the way there. Okay. I don't know, y'all. This whole thing was disturbing to me. I mean, just watching video footage of him kind of going off the rails. I just feel like something really needs to be done. I don't know who his family members are. I don't know who his people are that are outside of the family that he's married into. I'm not coming down on them. I think that the problem is that there's something that needs to be done internally with him. And I'm hopeful that his wife, if she has any, if the family has any, I feel like they need to figure out a way to care for his well-being. That's what I feel at this point. And something needs to be done, and we need to see it in action so that we know that he's covered. Now, with that being said, I just wanted to bring that to you guys today. There's more news that's popping off. I may get to a couple of other stories that are breaking at the same time. If not, I will save them for tomorrow. And I kind of like sometimes for us to digest the news that's come out today. That's why I don't like to do too many videos. And plus, I like to get some stuff done as well myself that I need to get done. But thank you guys for jumping in the chat. I really, really appreciate your support. I'm loving these conversations more and more. Thank you, Kimby. Loving these conversations more and more because I feel like we not only get a chance to speak about the news that's popping off, but we also can touch on the issues that are really at the center of a lot of the stories that we're seeing come out in these past couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? And they really do highlight the need to have open dialogue amongst large groupings of people so we can get the feelings out and we can hear each other. You know what I'm saying? So, we're gonna continue along this path and just see where it leads us. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Please like the video. Please, again, thank you, Nikki. Please support all of your favorite bloggers. Lift them up, like the videos, keep the topics trending so that we can continue to do our thing and we can all continue to bring good content. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the notification bell button, and I will see you in the next video.